the Women in Business podcast. Insights from top financial professionals. Strategies to grow your practice. The future is female. It all begins here.
Hello, and welcome to the Women in Business podcast. I'm Jacqueline Gladhill, a media strategist with Luson Media, and with me here today is Jean Casagrande, co-founder and general partner of Stability Partners, LLC, and Stability Partners Advisory Group, LLC. She has over 37 years of experience with insurance, annuities, and retirement plans. She has a Series 65 license as a registered investment advisor representative, as well as a life insurance and a property and casualty insurance license. Wow, that's a lot. But before we dive into today's topic on gaining referrals through social media, that's a big one. I'd love for our listeners to get to know you a little bit better. So, Jean, can you share, more about your practice and where you've gone and how you've gotten to where you are now?
Absolutely. So I started in this business in 1987. I spent the first 14 years of my career, I was a wholesaler. So I sold group health insurance and company-sponsored retirement plans, managed the regional pension office for a couple of insurance companies
Wow.
before going into this side of the business in 2001. Brian, my husband, and I were working with other partners, and finally we decided in 2010, you know what, let's start a business for ourselves.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I wish I'd have done it 10 years earlier.
Yes.
Love working for myself. So we set up Stability Partners, which is an insurance agency, right?
Okay.
And of course, in that capacity, we help our clients with life and health insurance and annuities, right? And then we set up Stability Partners Advisory Group, which is our registered investment advisory firm. And I absolutely love what I do. I really
Yes.
do. So we started out just working out of our house, right? Out of
Wow.
our kitchen table.
Yep.
And then we progressed to where we needed an office presence. So we used one of these executive suites where you share a receptionist in a conference room. Regis came in and bought out business suites, and they quadrupled our rate. Quadrupled four times.
Wow.
So right at that same time, they were building these office condos in our neighborhood. I mean, so we bought one of those. Literally, it's a 6-minute walk from my house
And
to my
brand
office.
new, brand new.
It was perfect for us. It was great when it was just Jean and Brian.
Yes.
Well, then we added one of our sons to the business. So Nathan joined us about 4 years ago, and that was great. And then we added Jennifer about 2 years ago, and we're just on top of each other now. So
Yes.
we're in the process of building a new office, and we're super excited about that. So hopefully it'll be ready around March.
Yeah.
So
congratulations on that.
Yeah,
That is
thank you.
huge.
Yep.
And I know we've talked about the podcast and how that could be growing, and you're going to start doing that again.
We are going to start doing that again. We did a podcast in 2020 and 2021, but then we kind of let that go, and we really need to get back into it. But when we
Yes.
build our new office, we're going to have an office dedicated for the podcast.
Yeah.
So looking
That's
forward
super
to doing
cool.
that.
Well, Jean, I kind of want to leave this up to you now and what you kind of want to share about the topic, because you were asked to be on the show today because of your success related to gaining community referrals, as well as the use of, your ACA as a marketing tool.
We do a lot of that. Yeah.
And can you just tell us more about, how you find success in these methods?
Sure. So I'm not great at posting on social media with things. So I utilize Gradient for that, and they do a fantastic job. So they do all my social media for, Facebook, and it goes to LinkedIn too. I had one client say to me, "Man, Jean, you've really upped your game with LinkedIn. Great job." And I was like, "Yeah, thanks."
Woo!
Right? Yeah.
Take that credit.
Right. But what I do specifically to this topic is we have a community neighborhood Facebook page where there are about 4,200 people on that page. You have to live in the community to be on it.
So is it like citywide?
It's our neighborhood, our community.
Okay.
So you have to live there in order to be on the page. And they allow business posts every Monday and every Friday.
Okay.
So I purposely don't post every Monday and every Friday because there are business owners that do, and everybody gets annoyed with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm strategic about what I post and when I post.
Okay.
And so people know me in the community. We've lived in this same neighborhood for 19 years, and I'm very involved in the community. So when we first moved there, the school district was building a new elementary school. And at the time, they built these beautiful elementary schools with no playgrounds. Well,
Okay.
I was not going to let my kid go to a school with no playground.
Absolutely.
I don't know about you, but math and recess were my two favorite subjects growing up.
Agreed. I loved math. Everyone thought I was crazy.
And of course, recess.
And of course, recess. Yes.
So I put my job on hold for 4 months and did nothing but raise money for the playground.
Wow.
And it was a big community effort. It
Mhm.
was really a great, it took a lot of time and effort, but in 4 months, we raised over $150,000. So as part, and we built a beautiful playground back there. But as
Wow.
part of that effort, I became very good friends with the principal, the school principal, because
Yes.
she helped me a lot.
Mhm.
I got to know a lot of business owners in the community, a lot of parents, and so I started to get my name out there, right?
Absolutely.
Um, anyway, so that's how I started to get involved. And then I was asked to join our local municipal utility district.
Okay.
In Texas, we have what we call MUD districts, MUD, municipal utility districts, and we're in charge of water, sewage, drainage,
Okay.
trash recycling. I'm really super exciting stuff like that, right?
Yes.
So technically, it's an elected position. In reality, I mean, I've been in this role now for, I guess, 16 years, 17 years maybe, and nobody's ever run against me. So it's like nobody wants to do it. But it keeps me active in the community, and so people get to know me, and
Yeah.
if they're having any issues with their water or their trash didn't get picked up, I
Mhm.
immediately am there to help.
It's
So
a huge resume builder.
uh,
It looks
well,
good.
yeah, it's helped me get known in the community, right?
Yes.
And I've also made quite an effort to network with other business owners,
Mhm.
and people know that if they need a recommendation for an energy broker or a carpet cleaner or an attorney or a dermatologist or an HVAC professional or a plumber,
Mhm.
I mean, I know people, and
Mhm.
so I will only recommend people that I know and trust and people that I have used. And I will not accept any referral fees. So I make sure that people know that.
Mhm.
And so I've built a reputation in the community. And so now when someone posts on the neighborhood page, hey, I'm looking for a new financial advisor, you'll see a whole bunch of people recommend me.
Mhm.
And some of them aren't even existing clients. Some of them are people I don't even know. I've never met them before.
Yeah.
But it's all because of community involvement. And
Yes.
I'm really careful not to post all the time, right? I
Yeah.
don't do it every Monday and Wednesday or Monday and Friday. Um, and I only post positive things.
Okay.
So I'll never go on the neighborhood page or even on my own personal page and complain about a business. If
Yes.
I go to a restaurant and I don't like it, I just won't go back.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
so I want to have a positive image
Yes.
out
And
there.
a reputation for
Yes,
sure.
exactly.
And you don't want anything to come out about any negative reputation and I completely understand that.
Yeah, most definitely. So that's been a big source of referrals
Yeah.
and leads for us. And another one is that's kind of different. A lot of advisors don't do this. And for the life of me, I don't understand why more advisors don't do this, but we get a lot of business from ACA in marketing.
Okay.
So ACA is the Affordable Care Act, AKA Obamacare. And I know a lot of advisors offer Medicare in their practice,
Yes.
but the rules around Medicare are so strict, right? You have to have a signed scope of
Mhm.
appointment before you can meet with them. You're not allowed to talk about investments in the first meeting. It's totally different with ACA insurance.
Mhm.
And some people may feel like, well, I don't want to do that because only people who take ACA insurance are those who are getting a huge subsidy, right? And
Mhm.
so they don't have any money. Well, that's not necessarily true. Self-employed people. This
Okay.
is how I'm self-employed, right?
Yeah.
This is how I have to buy my health insurance. I
Oh,
don't have
wow.
group insurance available
Mhm.
to me. You'll see a lot of people who want to retire early. They don't want to take Cobra because Cobra is crazy expensive.
Mhm.
And so they come to me for health insurance. So I
Okay.
spend a lot of time educating people. I pre-qualify them first.
Yep.
So before we brought Jennifer in, I was doing it from start to finish, and I was
Oh,
doing, all of it, and then the applications and all of that. Well, Jennifer now has her insurance license, and she's doing all of the enrollments. So that's taken a big, lot of time saver
yes.
for me. And I try to qualify people when I first talk to them, and if I see that they don't have any money and that they're not necessarily a prospect for me for investments, and maybe they're going to get a big subsidy, I'll right away refer them to Jennifer.
Mhm.
But if it's someone who is been with HP for 35 years and they want to
Mhm.
retire early, and they want to look at what their options are, I'll spend about 30 minutes talking to them about the different options, and educate them about the difference between buying on exchange or off exchange, and what
Okay.
plans we have available and
Mhm.
what plans we don't have available, and what the networks are, and go into a lot of detail. And then I talk about how the subsidies work, and what the government calls advanced premium tax credits. We call it a
Mhm.
subsidy. It has nothing to do with your assets. You can have millions of dollars in assets. All it matters is what your income is. And
Mhm.
it's only for that calendar year. So I educate them. And at the end of about 30 minutes, I'll say to them, by the way, do you have a financial advisor that you work with? And, sometimes it's yes. If it's, yeah, I've worked with my brother-in-law for, 20 years. Oh,
Family.
oh, great. Here's Jennifer. She can finish the application for
Yes.
you, right? But if it's, we're not that crazy about them or whatever. And I'll say, well, that's my main business, right?
Yes.
So I'm a financial advisor, and you know why I do this, right? I don't do it for the $25 a month that I make in commission.
Yes.
But I do it because number one, everybody needs it. Number
Mhm.
two, I do have expertise in this area.
Yes.
But really, I do it because I hope if I do a good job for you, if you're in the market for a new financial advisor or would like a second opinion on your portfolio, I hope I would have the opportunity to visit with you about it.
Yeah.
And I say that same thing every time. I never say it at the beginning of the call. I always
Mhm.
wait to build the rapport, and
Yeah.
so that they're and I will let them know that, I want to be respectful of your time and the fact that you came to me for health insurance. So let's get that taken care of. But if this is something that you're
Mhm.
open to, let's schedule a time to talk about that.
Yeah. So what you're telling me, and tell me if I'm wrong here, but you're kind of saying you give them the opportunity, but you never push. You never,
Correct.
and you leave the opportunity on the table, and if they walk away, but it's still there,
Yes.
you just never want to hand it to them necessarily.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep, exactly, and there have been clients that have come back to us a year or 2 years
Mhm.
later, and as we do their
Yeah.
re-enrollment for health insurance, "Let's talk about that again."
Yeah.
And it's been a great marketing program for us.
Yeah. Well, and I just want to go back, just a quick question
Mhm,
on the Facebook
mhm,
referrals and the community pages. So, what can you share about being strategic about your posting? So, you said, you never say anything negative,
mhm.
you don't post that often, but what's behind when you post? I mean, is there a reason? Is there a
Mm, I don't know that there really is. It's kind of
okay,
a gut. It's when I feel
okay,
something. Maybe well, one time I did it when we had really great terms on the buffered index portfolios,
okay,
right? Or there was a great annuity offering
mm-hmm,
or available that came out onto the market,
yeah,
right? But usually it's something to let them know that I'm there to give them a second opinion on their portfolio, because
mm-hmm,
I don't want to be known as the health insurance lady. I
mm-hmm,
don't want to be known as just the annuity marketer, right?
mm-hmm,
And a couple of times early, I would post just about annuities. And then one of my existing clients said to me, "Do you sell anything besides annuities?" One of
mm-hmm.
my neighbors said to me, "Do you sell anything besides annuities?" And it kind of shocked me. So one time I
Yeah,
made a post that said, I was talking to a friend the other day and she asked me if I sell anything other than annuities. And I was really surprised to hear that, because that's just a small part of what we do. And
yeah,
we manage, well, I think now we're up to about 116 million in assets under management. So
wow,
obviously that's a big part of our business too.
mm-hmm.
And annuities, I love them, but they're not right for everybody, and certainly not right for all of your money.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, and you just seem very flexible as an advisor.
Mhm,
You're more kind of go with the flow, be there to
mhm,
support, be their fallback plan,
Right.
but you don't ever push. And
I'm not pushy at all. That's not my style,
yeah.
and I think, people appreciate that.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. And your client needs to like you just as much as you like them. It's a two-way relationship.
and I'm friends with, all of my clients, right?
Yes.
And I'm Facebook friends with a lot of them.
Mhm.
I'm personal friends with many of them,
Okay.
and, I think people can tell that I really love what I do.
Yes.
It's funny because people ask me all the time, "When am I gonna retire?" I'm 60, Brian's 63,
Okay.
it's on the horizon, you would think,
Yeah.
and I just say, I love what I do. I don't ever plan to retire, but, I quote Chuck Lucius, "At some point, I know I'm gonna be too old, too sick, or too dead to do this anymore,"
Wow.
and so we've brought Nathan into the business, and
Yeah.
he's our succession plan. And it's really a great dynamic.
Mhm.
So, people know when they come to us that it's a family-run business,
Yes.
and that's how we've built our business. That's how we've built our reputation in the community, just really by doing the right thing for people.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. So, Jean, are
so,
there any other ways in which you continue to educate yourself?
mhm.
And when do you honestly have find time to do this?
Sure, sure. I have a CLU,
Okay.
a CHFC, and an RICP, and I just passed the test for the Certified Plan Fiduciary Advisor,
Wow.
which is exciting.
Congratulations.
So, I'm old enough and have been in this business long enough that I don't have to do CE anymore for my
Okay.
insurance license because I'm grandfathered. But I
Okay.
think it's very important for advisors to continuously be
Mhm.
educating themselves. So, I might as well just keep going for more designations, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nathan, we're super excited. He got his CFP designation.
Wow.
So
Very
that's been a game
exciting.
changer. And if anyone out there is considering getting their CFP, highly recommend it.
Okay.
There are companies out there like ExxonMobil. They have their world headquarters right down the street from us.
Okay.
And when people are leaving there, they tell them don't work with an advisor unless they're a CFP.
Mm,
So I don't have a
interesting.
CFP. I mean, I've the CLU and CHFC are that it's the same coursework,
Mhm.
plus 2 more classes, but it's very different from the CFP because with the CFP, you have to pass all of the classes in the same test, right? Like you
Wow.
do the classes, but
Yes.
then at the end, you have to pass them all in one test. So I never sat for the test. I never
Yes.
really wanted to, never really felt like I needed to. But when Nathan came on, and he's young, he's in his 30s, and didn't have the years of experience that I
Mhm.
have, didn't have the gray hair that Brian had. So this was a different differentiator for him,
Yes.
and that's been great. So I think especially for young people in the business, those who only have their insurance license, my advice is get your 65. And
Yes.
then right after that, start working on your CFP. Those are the things that, and it's not just the designation, it's the fact that you'll learn all this information.
Yeah.
And rely on all the tools that Gradient has. Gradient has some great educational pieces out there and marketing pieces. We use everything, all things Gradient. And
Yeah.
I'm not just saying that because
Yeah.
I'm on
No,
your podcast,
absolutely.
but I truly mean it.
Um,
Um,
well, I appreciate
so
all of that. And
yeah.
Jean, is there anything else that you want to share with our listeners before we wrap up today?
I think you just have to really love what you do,
Mhm.
and if you don't really, really love what you do, this business isn't for you,
Yes.
right? Um, but
Yeah,
I
I
think,
get that.
yeah,
And especially work on your reputation too, is what you're telling me.
most
Be careful,
definitely, yeah.
especially with social media now and everything seems to be out there. And so just be strategic and be careful about what you say.
Most definitely, and don't feel like you have to reinvent the wheel,
Yeah.
market or, coordinate with other advisors. I started doing these women, wine, and wealth events. I copied that from Haley Sanders.
Yes.
Kevin Anthony taught us about golf marketing, and now Nathan does a lot of golf marketing. Just networking with other advisors, you get some really great ideas.
Yeah. For sure, and especially within Gradient too.
Mhm.
There's a lot of great advisors that have great ideas, and we're all always willing to help each other. So,
Always willing to share.
yes.
Love that.
Well, let's do a little something fun to
Okay.
close out, if you don't
Mhm.
mind.
Mhm.
If you weren't doing what you're doing right now,
Mhm.
what do you think that you would be doing?
Oh, clearly, I would be a KU basketball groupie. I would have season tickets. I would follow the team around to all of their home games. My husband says I'm not a fan. I'm a fanatic, and he's right.
Okay, okay.
I'm a huge KU basketball fan. I went to school at the University of Kansas, and I never missed a basketball game in my 4 years that I was there.
Wow.
Yeah, huge fan. In fact, when one of my sons got his Eagle Scout, the parents write off to different people to have them write congratulations letters. Bill Self, the head coach, wrote a congratulations letter to my son. I was super
Oh!
excited. Yeah,
You were probably more excited than he
I
was.
definitely was more excited than he was.
Oh,
Anyway,
I love
little
that.
insight into Gene Casagrande.
Yes, yes. And we saw each other yesterday as well, and I saw you rocking the shirt.
Oh yeah,
So, I
did
mean,
have my KU polo on, most definitely. It was a casual event. It was a lot of fun.
yes. And did you play basketball?
Yeah, I played in high school,
Okay.
and I wasn't good enough to play in college, but I just have always loved the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
And watching it, I think it's
Yes.
very fun to
Yeah.
watch. There's some sports that aren't so much fun to watch, in my opinion. So basketball is a good one.
It's a fast-paced, fun game.
Yes.
It definitely is.
Absolutely. Well, Jean, I just want to thank you again for being
Sure.
on, the Women in Business podcast. It was a pleasure to have you, and
Happy to do it.
I love to get to know you, and we'll continue our
And
relationship after
has
this.
encouraged me to get back into my own podcast, which
Yes.
stay tuned. We'll do that again.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Well, for those listening, if you're ready to take immediate action on anything you heard in today's episode, call 800-407-4137 and to speak with a vice president of marketing. And be sure to tune in each month for valuable ideas and strategies that can take your financial expertise to the next level. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon Music, or you can watch the episodes on YouTube. Thank you.